Yeah, welcome everybody. Greetings. This is Wesley Pepper. Welcome to the Art Lecture podcast. This is episode 238. And yeah, lots has been happening in South Africa, but we're not going to be talking about that. If you listen to my previous episode, we covered some of those crazy ass topics. But anyway, today we're talking visual art. I'm talking to the artist Lucus Kumba. He's a visual artist. And we actually both, I see you went to APS, to Artist Proof. I was there in the early 2000s, so maybe we'll touch base on that. But Lucas, good morning, my brother. Thank you for coming
Morning,
through, man. How are you?
morning. Fine, and you? I'm okay, fine, and you?
It's all good, my king. It's all good. So yeah, man. Let's actually jump straight into it, man. So I've been checking out a lot of your work, right? Online. A lot of interesting stuff there. To unpack. I've got a few questions. With regards to your subject matter, your medium, and so forth. Some really interesting stuff there. But before we get into that, man, let's actually start in the beginning. Yeah,
Okay.
can you just give my listeners like a brief overview on your art journey, man? So where did it start? What prompted you to becoming, a professional visual artist, and take it from there?
Well, it started what they call this back at high school. I used to draw a lot, and I also loved writing. What you call this writing. So as you can see through my work, what you call this, there's a lot of newspapers behind it. So that
Yeah,
was my
yeah, I
aim
noticed.
to try to tell more to the world. So because I was not really good with writing, so I decided to use it in art because with art there's no limit and stuff. So yeah, that's where the dream came from.
Okay. What part in South Africa are you from?
Pardon?
Where in South Africa are you from? What part of SA are you from?
I'm I'm born in South Africa, but originally from the Congo.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, man. Let's I see there on your thing that you attended Artist Proof Studios.
Yes. I went there also like after high school just to further my studies with what you call this with art. I also wanted to learn more about printing and stuff. Yes, so all
Mm.
that I brought them together. Yeah, and I brought mixed media to life.
Yeah. So what year between what year were you there?
I'm not 2016, 2016, 2015. I think 2016, somewhere there. 2016, 2017. Yes.
Okay.
20.
Um,
Yeah.
I was I was there in oh I think I started there 04, 04, 05, 06, 07. I was there in the early 2000s. I was there. I started with APS just after a year after the studio got burnt down. In President Street before they moved to. I know they moved after that as well, but they were based at the bus factory for maybe over 10 years. So I was there in the early two. When I was there, it was still it still operated as an art student, not so much as an art school. But just any experiences that you picked up from APS, that any stuff that you learned. What printing techniques did you use, and do you still use it in your current work?
Yes. I use not that much of it, but I use some of it, like the black and white printings and stuff. Yes, but what I usually do is I always add on top of my what do you call this, the black and white. So I make it a painting and stuff. I don't
So you
focus
sort of
more.
use like pardon, no, sorry, continue.
I say I don't focus more on the printing. So the black and white, I just collected some of the black and white. So I add more to it so that it can be a combination of my style.
Yeah, so you sort of use it as a you sort of print a model print and then work over that.
Not the print exactly. I draw as if I'm printing and stuff. Then after I work on top of it. Yes, not the print exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so incredibly
Just
layered.
I just
Yeah, but
I just
sorry, continue.
I just took a bit of techniques that they used that side. Then I add it on my work too. but not the print.
Mm. Yeah, man. I have to. This is interesting, man. Can you just tell us a little bit about your background in the Congo, man? What type of area are you from the Congo, and what type of influences did you pick up there that you are directly using in your work at the moment?
Influencers, there are quite a lot, but not in the Congo because I've never been there. I was born and raised in South
Oh,
Africa. Yes, but my
oh, okay.
parents are from the Congo, so I was born and raised here in South Africa. Influencers, there are quite a lot. Like William Kentish is also an influencer. I love his work. Maybe I can say Nelson Makamu is also an influencer. I also love his work. Edward Silmatsela is one of the guys also who taught me how to draw. I also love his work. So yeah, there are quite a bit influencers that I love.
Mm. Do you use any of their techniques, any of their styles and stuff like that? Do you conceptualize that in your work itself?
No, no, I just get the inspiration, and it allows me also to be free and use my own technique and style, because at the end of the day, I would love to be unique, to be known also for
Mm,
me, not for their stuff. So I just get
mm,
inspiration, but at the end of the day, I do my own style.
mm. So just another question about before we actually get dive into the work itself. Why visual art? You mentioned that you are not very sharp at writing, but why not sculpture or any three-dimensional studies? Why specifically visual art? Is there some sort of calling or something like that into drawing or to stuff like that? Painting?
For me, when I was in South Africa, I grew up in a shelter. In a Okay.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
Oh yes, I'm saying for me, growing up, there was a lot. I was a talkative person, so there was a lot that I would love to say out. So for you to reach out to the world, because as I said earlier on, I was not good in writing. I was not that good in acting. So for me, I feel like I can modelize the modern life and speak it through my art. So I feel like, through my art, that's how I can show what I want to say.
Mm. Okay. So you mentioned you had APS during the early 2000s. That was all before COVID.
Yeah.
Um, where did your career move after that? So are you involved? Are you working at any specific studio? Involved in any specific collective?
Yes, I will come again. Sorry. What do you mean by any specific studios?
Did you get that? Did you get that last question?
No, I didn't get the question. Sorry. Come again.
Okay. Okay, and I can see the line is also connecting, but like I mentioned, I get that shit every week. So it'll, the recording will still be smooth and everything. So don't worry about that. No, man,
Okay.
what I was asking, so you finished at APS um in the late 2010s. That was all before COVID happened. Um are you printing or you working at any specific studio? Do you belong or working with any collective?
Yes, I'm working with little artists too. I don't know if you have heard of it.
Mhm. Who are they?
Lit- It's
Tell me about it.
it's a organization where I'm trying to give back to the kids from the shelters, kids from the streets, kids with difficult backgrounds. So what we do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we teach them for free. We have a big studio where we just teach the kids from the community, just trying to give back so that they can be off from the streets and try and do something. When as a child, when you become bored, you end up doing naughty things. So we just try to move them from there. We try and teach them. Yeah, just to give back to the community. So we do that every week. The young ones
Where's the studio based?
in Bramfontein.
Okay. Oh, so you're working with
Yeah.
a lot. Okay. What side? Just the intersect. What side? What side in Brown? Or close
90,
to where's the studio?
96 Jorisin Street.
Oh, in Johannesburg. Okay.
Yes.
So who are the other members of the who else do you work with?
Sorry?
Who else is part of the studio? What other artists are there, and who else are you working with there?
You can't I can't hear you.
Um no, don't worry about that, man. I just want to know, like, who else is part of the studio, man? Is it just you there? What other artists are you working with?
There's a various number of artists. I think we're 7 or 8. Would you like me to name all of them or?
No, no. I just want to get a sense of. No, I don't need to know everybody's name. No, I just wanted to get a sense of how big the studio is. What type of artists are there? Are they all visual artists? Is there sculptors there and so forth?
There are, I mean, yeah, there's a sculpture artist, there's a printmaking artist, there's a 3D artist, there's all of them. They specialize with their own medium.
How long have you been in the studio now? How long you been working from there?
Isn't like teaching, giving back. Um, I think from ever since I left APS 2017, yes, 2017 somewhere there, yes, 2017.
So it's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
Do you guys do like first Thursday shows there? Do you guys do other exhibitions at the studio? And have you partaken in any of them?
Yes. We do exhibition, especially for the kids when when they do their own artwork just for inspiration and stuff. So what we usually do, we just take 20% to buy like papers, to buy pencils, rubbers, and paint. Then the rest of the money goes to the kids, just to also teach them the business side of the world.
Mm. Yeah. Is there any shows coming up? That you can sort of advertise or promote?
The show we just had a show right now. Now I feel bad because I forgot the name. Is it okay if I search it?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm just in a
Does
show right now.
is
I feel bad because I forgot the name.
I know it happens. It happens. um,
Now I'll think
yeah, man.
if
Yeah. Let's actually jump into your work, man. So there's a few things I noticed there that I wanna ask you about. The first thing you actually mentioned earlier on, because I noticed you use a lot of the work's incredibly layered, newspaper cuttings, and so forth. A lot of interesting textures, a lot of warm colors, a lot of warm colors. But the thing that sort of shouts at me that all the characters, all the figures are walking backwards. Yeah, what's the reason for that?
for me is working towards success. We have been through a lot as a country, as people. So I always want to give hope to people. That's why I love doing them most of the time going back. Like, we're leaving the past behind us, moving towards the future. Like just trying to give more hope to people because we need it.
Okay. And why is the fact that you're always using children versus adults, is that also is there a reason for that?
For me, using children most of the time, it's me trying to, speak more about myself because I lost both my parents when I was young. So it's just tried to speak more about myself, like play, because I grew up in a shelter. So I try to speak more about how I grew up. So that's the way I portray and tell people my story. And it relates with a lot of people too.
So the images of children, are they portraits of you? Do
Yes,
you reference yourself in any of them?
yes. That's what I do.
Heavy, heavy. And you say that I've also noticed that they always look in walking backwards. They always look like they're having fun. Um, like they're hopping and skipping or playing. Is that also intentional?
Yes, yes, yes. As I said about hope. So, it's always nice to give people hope, joy, laughter, and stuff. It doesn't matter where you come from, the difficulties you've passed through. So, what I portray the happy moments, the happy moments in my life. Then I try to draw it down and give it to the people. I don't focus on the sad part, even though there was some sad and difficulties, but I try to focus more on the joyful side of my story because even without parents, yeah, I still had fun.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Just the line is cutting here, so just there we go. Um, yeah, man. Also the scale of the artworks. Can you just give us a sense of are they all bigger than A0 or you work smaller than that?
I with
And is there a
size,
reason for that?
no, with size, I have a lot of sizes. Yeah, there are some which are very big, like the one behind me. It's quite big. There
Yeah,
are
yeah,
some which,
yeah.
yes, there are some which are small. With size, I don't choose. I just work with any specific type of size.
So it's all so you don't so you're not pandering toward for a certain art market or a certain client, whether it be big or small. Is that is that part of any of your processes?
No, not really. I just target everyone. For me, I target everyone. So I have like as small as A3 to as big as I don't know 3 meters. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, no, that's an interesting one because I'm aware that uh most artists, especially they're working primarily in a larger format. It's usually for a specific market um or a specific client, and also the smaller one is the same. Um, excuse me. I know on my side, excuse me. I know on my side, I find smaller artworks easier to control. It's I like to sort of tower over the artwork, and so I feel like I'm in complete control over everything. Where if I'm working on a larger scale, it's almost the opposite. Like the artwork has some form of psychological power over me. Although I do used to work in very large murals, but I always found the processes completely different, and it was always I always found that my smaller artworks had more emotion, had more um had more energy than what the larger ones. But I mean, that's me. Maybe somebody else saw something different. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting to mention. Can we actually get into the? Can you actually show us some of your work? So, if you don't mind, just take your phone. If you don't mind, flipping it to the portrait side, and you can just zoom into some of the artworks, and you just take us through what you're working at.
Okay. I can't. How do I do this? Do I do this
Um,
this way?
yeah, yeah. You just use your phone's this thingy where you swap it from portrait to landscape, man. That button that switches the or no, man, shit. Or the thingy if you just tilt your phone to the left or to the right, so it can be.
Okay. I'm failing. Okay. Mm, okay, I'm failing. I don't know where to press now.
No, okay, it's all right. Yeah, yeah, okay. Just use what you have and just show us some of your work, and just take us through what you're working at. So what what's it about and so forth.
Okay, I don't know how to do the camera. Should I do it this way?
Yeah, like that, like that's fine. Like that's fine. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Or can you see it? Because I
Mm,
can't see.
yes, Yes, I can. Okay,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I'll be your eyes. Yeah, yeah. But just take us through. So there's a young girl. She's like sort of wearing ponytails or something. Yeah. With a dog in the left corner.
Yes, yes. This is one of my latest piece. Friendship. It's friendship. This one. Me drawing the dog. It's because where I grew up, there were a lot of dogs. So most of the time, we used to bond with the dog. So it was easy to make a friendship with the dog, and it's always
Mm.
loyal. So this is one of
So they say.
it. And this is, I don't know if you can see,
You must just zoom out a bit. Um, there we go.
like this. Can you see?
Yeah, yeah. Just zoom. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, this is also one of my latest artwork. It's rolling in the deep. It just reminds me of my childhood play moment and, moments that we cherished when we were young.
Okay. And are all
I
these pieces completed, or are you still working on it?
No, these ones I'm showing you are completed.
Okay.
I'm not, yes.
Are there any pieces that you're still working on that you can show us?
Okay, the ones I was working on, I think it was this one. That's the one which I was still working on, but I'm almost done.
Okay.
Yes. I don't know if you can see. I'm concerned because I can't see.
Yeah, no, no, I can see. Don't worry. I will tell you if. Can you just move a bit more to the right, the other right, or the left? Oh shit! Sorry. There we go. My bad. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay.
These are
You
some
said.
of the frame one. I don't know if you can see that one.
Yeah, I can. Okay. Lovely.
And I didn't take out that much since
No,
you
no, no,
said
that's
you.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. That gets us that gives us a good sense of it's giving me a good sense of what to work. They all look like they're done on paper, correct?
No, not in paper. Some they are done in what you call this in canvas. In canvas. So what I usually
Mm.
do
And
when I do them in canvas, then I get them stretched. So yeah, some
yeah.
like this one is stretched.
uh, is there a difference between for you between working on paper and on canvas?
Difference in terms of
Anything, medium, pricing, just something you prefer.
yeah, when I'm working, I usually love canvas when I'm making bigger sizes. Because when you're working on paper in bigger sizes, then you have to frame it and it becomes more heavy. So some people love it.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, that's also a very interesting point, nah? Yeah, so a lot to do with pricing. I also know that Lucas, you still there? Hey, the line is busy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I mentioned, that cutting thing happens every every recording I do. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think there's
Mm.
a net.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, that thing happens every week, man. Yeah, that's boring. I deal with. I swear, every single recording I deal with that. Um, yeah, it's very boring. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna make a point about working on canvas versus paper. Yeah, cost has got something to do with it. But I also know with canvas you can use more uh, mixed media materials, glue, various water paints and so forth. And you can build and textures and stuff like that. So let's actually just there's another question I wasn't asked actually before you showed us your work. You work like you said you use newspaper and you got various layers. Just explain to us the process behind that. So if you should start the artwork from scratch, what do you start off with first, and how do you build how do you build up the artwork from there?
I start sometime I put newspaper, sometime I take a book which I really love just for the words and the inspiration. Then I paste on the paper or canvas if I'm using canvas. Then I start drawing with my charcoal. After drawing with my charcoal, then I can come with the newspaper. If I'm gonna use newspaper, I can put the newspaper. If I'm gonna use material, what if I'll use paint, I'll put paint. Then after, yes, I start using my charcoal on top of paint and newspaper. Then I get my background.
Mm. Okay, okay. There's a bit of delay in the audio there, but I got what you were saying. Yeah, man. I think just because of the quality of the recording, because there's a lot of glitches and so forth. I think we'll sort of wrap it up because I got the gist of what you were saying anyway. Um, are you working on any shows to look forward to? Any group shows, any solo shows?
Solo show, not at the moment. I was in a group show, which I'm not I don't remember the name and I feel bad. But I was in a group show in Cape Town just recently. Yes.
When was it? Last month? Still earlier in this month.
Yeah, early this month. Yeah, and I think it's still going on. Is it okay if I search for it? Because now I feel
Can
bad.
you
When the person who hear
can you
this will
remember
be,
where in Cape Town it was?
nope. I don't remember where, but I just know I had a show right now in Cape Town. I usually
No, you know,
what I usually do when I have a show, I write it down. So I always jot everything down, just for me to remember everything. So I know I wrote it down, but I didn't specifically think you would ask me about it.
okay, let's do this now. Just via text now. Just text me
Mm.
some of that because I'll add all that information in the final recording. So any
Okay,
other viewers
okay.
can, if they once they're watching the video, they can check, where else the work was and what gallery it was and so forth. Maybe your work is still there and people can go and view it and stuff like that. Um, and also just give us your social media pages, man. What social media platforms do you use? Where you mostly active, and give us your handles.
In Facebook, you can search Lucas Kumba, and in Instagram, I'm Kumba-Lucas.
Just those
That's
two.
all. Yes, that's my personal social media where I sell. But there are also other people that sell for me via social media too.
Yeah. Let's also just wrap up with that. Like, who else are you associated with? What other galleries or other people involved with selling and marketing your work?
In Latitude Online, I have my work there too. Sherry the Villiers in Hyde Park. I also have my work there. Art Frame and Forex for yeah, I think Art Frame and Forex. I also have my work there. Yeah, I have my work in various places, which I'll definitely write down for you. So that yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Add that then. I'll add it to my listeners. I'll add it all in the description box below. So they can, so they can check out some of your stuff. Also, when I put together, when I'm gonna put the, when I'm gonna work on the episode, I'll let you know when I do that, and maybe I'll ask you maybe for some additional images that I can use. That's just regarding that's just saying how the recording goes, because right now I can't really tell. But I will be communicating that with you. And like I mentioned, I'll put this episode out I think in 2 weeks time because I've got an episode for next week. Um, and then I'll be communicating that with you, and then I'll chop it up into shorts, which I share that over all the social media pages. That's also a very effective way, and it's my shorts does actually much better than my longer version videos. And the reach is substantial, so a bunch of people will be able to check out your work there. Um, but yeah, man, Lucas, thanks for taking the time out, my brother. Thanks for coming through, sharing us some of your work. Um,
Oh, thank you very
yeah,
much for having me.
just a closing remark from myself with regards to your subject matter. I'm really fascinated in understanding how artists take their uh background, where they come, uh, experiences and stuff like that, and sort of conceptualize that into work. And as yeah, your story is interesting. Yeah, so yeah, all the best with that, and yeah, I'll be in touch via social media with regards to when the episode goes live.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Wesley, for having me.
My brother, enjoy your weekend. No?
All right. So same to you. Eh?
Cheers, my brother.
Bye.
Sure. Bye bye.
Bye.